Well, good morning, Poppa-D riders. It is Saturday, December 3rd, and today we have a big toy run here in Gaston County called the Gaston County Toy Run for the Kids. And I'm getting ready to go to that, but I wanted to do my morning devotion today, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So we're still in the Advent, and we're looking through that. And the scriptures for today come from Genesis 17 and 19. There's also some related scriptures, Genesis 18:10 through 14, Genesis 21, 1 through 7, and Luke 23 through 24. And but I wanted to read Genesis 17 and 19 to you this morning, and then we'll talk about it. Then God said, "No, Sarah your wife shall bear you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his descendants after him." You see, that was a promise. There's an old proverb that says, "Hope deferred makes the heart sick." And Jesus was born because God redeemed a long before deferred hope. You see, back in Genesis, you can read about Abraham and Sarah. And they're on up in years. They had tried for decades to have a child and could not have a child. And then when Abraham was about 100 years old and Sarah was 90 years old, God came to Abraham and told him that Sarah was going to birth a child. And Sarah overheard this and she laughed. She laughed, "How can I have a child at this age? Would you bring this joy to me now?" She had desired so long to have a child. But God granted her wishes and her desires. But she had to wait decades. How about, today we are in instant gratification. We want it now, we want it now, we want it now. But we don't allow God time to work and bring things about in our life that He will bring about. So if you are trusting God for something, and you've been trusting Him for a long time, you might see other people that it seems like things happen for them just like that. It doesn't happen for you like that. But God will bring that to pass in His time, not our time. So, but it came about that Sarah had a child, and they named him Isaac. And Isaac had 12 sons, and out of his 12 sons, the one who was Judah, came the tribe of Judah, where the King of Kings, the descendants of David, where Jesus Christ came from. And Mary was a direct descendant of that line, as well as Joseph, who was Christ's earthly father, but we know that God is his heavenly father, and he was birth of the Virgin Mary. So if you're facing something right now, know that God will bring it to pass in His time, and He has a plan that we can't see. Abraham and Sarah could not envision necessarily God's plan for Isaac, but God knew that plan all along. And so He deferred Sarah's hope of a child, and she was late in years, which that's a miracle in itself. Can you imagine a 90-year-old having a child today? Anyhow, that's today's devotion. And if you're holding on to something, God will bring it to pass. All right, guys, that was today's devotional. Hope everybody has a blessed day. Let me get ready for this toy ride. I'll catch you later, and have a blessed day.